special guest, and they're going to be up for auction. It ends Sunday at noon tomorrow. So in the artist gallery, we're doing a live piece in the artist alley. Yep.
We haven't seen them, working live. It's really cool.
And you can also find us at chocolates.com or on Facebook.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Hey!
How's your AFO going? Okay, so I hope you, like me, are here to see Miss Grey Delisle. Voice of Gina and Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yumi from Hi Hi Pumiyami Yumi. From Boston Tumblum in that area. Or maybe even somebody like Vicky from the very awesome. Lots and lots of cool stuff. That's just a few highlights, and really I just picked my favorites. So, if I just pick your favorite, I'm sorry. And we're going to let her talk, and then we're going to have Tentacle Chris in the audience taking your questions. So,
I'll pick you Tentacle Chris.
It's great.
Tentacle
Chris.
Everybody has been so nice. I just told Paris this afternoon, have we met any jerks? I don't think there are any jerks here. Everybody's really, really nice. So thank you for coming. I don't do a lot of these, so I'm a little bit shy when it's like actual seeing me. I've said, can I just answer questions from you guys there on the microphone?
You can go back to like the Wizard of Oz.
Behind the screen, kid. I want to go home. I want to go home. And then Uncle Henry. Right. So Tara was good, and I watched her panel this morning. I was like, oh my god, I can't do this. But I'm going to do my best.
Tripod.
So do I just, do you have any questions, or do I?
I asked you a question, Jen, so what's your favorite, what room are you staying in?
Oh!
You can't believe it.
I'm with your wife.
Yeah, oh. You guys have fun, take pictures. Dude, tell us as much as you want. When we go to Q&A, you let me know.
Sort of like how I started and the whole thing?
Okay. Talk, and then we can take questions. Whatever, it's your show.
Okay. That BC brought like a whole thing, like a computer thing, and I'm the non-computer girl. Well, I've been doing voices since I was, could speak. My mom used to do, little baby voices to me all the time, and people would say, she's never told me how kindly you keep talking to her like that. And so now my mom likes to brag to her friends, but yes, my daughter never learned to talk normally, so it worked out pretty good. And then I would memorize sketches I really wanted to be a stand-up comic, so I memorized sketches from The Tonight Show and stuff, and when my mom was blow drying her hair, I was doing it for her behind her, and then it's probably annoying afterwards. And then when I got to high school, I really just, I would steal people's comedy material, which I did not know was not cool to do, and I would just perform it around town at any place that would let somebody who's under 18 do comedy. So then I realized that was a terrible thing to do, and I shouldn't do that at all. Then I started writing my own material, which was not funny, but I did impressions. So that was the only good thing about my act. I did The Wizard of Oz, even people that I went to high school with call me still Dorothy. When I went to my reunion, they're like, Dorothy, hey Dorothy, because I did Dorothy all the time, but I would go, I want to go home, Henry, I want to go Henry, I'm frightened. I'm not what's wrong, I'm just a little girl.
It's all right, you can all come out and thank her. As a man of Munchkin's disease, you're the guy that land of auditions, but as soon as I graduated from, I felt like theater was where I really blossomed because, I was in a drama and, I was accepted there, and
moved to LA, I started trying to do just on-camera work. They wanted you to just play the 20-year-old girl, and I was thinking, how boring, I don't want to be the 20-year-old girl, I want to be the dragon and the baby, and all that stuff. So I did a lot of theater because you could be anything you wanted. So I did a lot of theater, and I got a degree in theater, and Bill was trying to do the stand-up, and finally this lady's like, your act is not great, but your impressions are good. She's like, while you're working on being funny, maybe you could do some cartoon voices. So I thought, well, where did you do that? Let's go sign up for that, you know, and it just ended up being a really long time. Because I had to make a tape, and, you know, then somebody has to listen to your tape, which nobody wants to, because they already have, like, enough people doing it, and it's a really small world. But I was like, well, I could do that, though. That's the one thing I really feel, because when I was going on-camera auditions, I felt like, I'm sure there are other girls here that are probably just as good, if not better at this than I am. But the voice, I think I'm just really, I've been doing it my whole life, and I really think that I want it more than anybody else, and I really feel like if I keep trying, I can do it. And so I crashed an audition at Disney. My agent just said, I finally got an agent after a long time. Nobody would listen to my tapes. And finally she did. It's a big deal. Like, when you look at a picture, it's easy to just look at a picture and go, I love you, you're pretty, you know, but it's a voice thing. It's like, oh, they gotta put it back then. Like, well, and you have to put it, like, in the machine, and with the thing, and, you know, it's kind of a pain in the butt. So, but they took me in, and she said, you know, they don't really want to see you, because they only want to see people that are already doing things. And I was like, but how do I do that when nobody will see me? I can't already be doing things. And she said, well, just go and just say that you didn't get the message. And I was like, oh, great, that makes me feel really comfortable with my social issues as it is. But I went and I got the part. It was this little pilot called Penny Dreadful for Disney, and I think Carl got it too. I don't know. It didn't really do anything, but I was able to say, you know, I'm working for Disney. So then when my agent was like, oh, she's a Disney pilot, then Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network are all, how come we haven't seen her yet? And she's like, because you didn't see her yet. So then I got through auditions, and I got like 7 things in the first month that I started doing. So I was like, I know that this is my thing, I found it. I'm not going to be patient forever. I'm singing telegrams, I cleaned houses, and because I have no skills other than this. Like this, I can't do computer work. I'm a terrible waitress. Terrible. Like, I was awful. I was charming. That was, but I opened the door at Olive Garden very well. Opened the door. Italiano. Yeah. They tried me like at a hostess, and I messed that up. They tried me as a waitress. I messed that up. Like, open the door for you. Here you go. Be nice to everybody. So, yeah, I just felt like if I don't make it doing this, I am going to open the door at Walmart or the Olive Garden forever. That's all I can do. So anyway, so then I got Rugrats doing Reptar. Tara and I were just little 20. I was like 21, and she was, I think, 22, and but she's been, you know, she's like a little, she was doing it like when she was a little kid, and so I think she was Hello Kitty and all that stuff. Yeah, so she was like, anyway, kid, get in here. But the funny part is, like, I was so excited about having that part. I was on the freeway, and this guy, like, pulled in front of me. I'm on my way to do the Rugrats, and I swerved to get out of his way, and my car, like, almost flipped over. And so I spun out on the freeway, my tire popped, and all I could think, I didn't even care about my car. My brain was just going, look, it's your Rugrats! What if they replace you? You know, this is your dream. And this guy pulled over, are you okay? And I was like, I have to get to Rugrats. Do you know where South Tissue is? It's on Highland. I've got to get there. And he was like, what about your car? And I was like, just take the car. I'll figure it out later. So, I mean, you just don't get a lot of chances, and if you mess it up, that's it, you know? So I got to Rugrats. I was like 10 minutes late. They were a little annoyed, but then I told them I just left my car on the freeway. They were like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. So then Tara was like, sit by me, and then we became really good friends, and she taught me everything I know, and yeah, so that was that, and then I started to make Nolte Brothers on Rugrats too, and, you know, started getting all kinds of little things. I got Emily on Cliff with the Big Red Dog with John Ritter, yeah, and that still runs, that was like forever ago, I was 24 or something, yeah, so then I just started working a lot, and my grandma a car, and I was able to help my family a lot, which means a lot, because I grew up pretty poor, and I still couldn't stay at the nice hotel. I started at the nice hotel, and I'm like, I can't. She's like, just pay the extra money. Why are you going to do it? I'm like, because I don't want it. And then she flew first class, and I flew in coach, and she let me sit by her for a little bit. She's like, just pay the money. This is the first class. I'm like, I can't. It's $300. And it's just, I'm just talking to the stewardess. She was like, can my friend, she's sitting in coach, can she just, this empty seat by me? So I was like, I snuck up there and I got the pillow and I slept for most of the time with her and then I had to sneak back to my regular seat. And because it was hell. There was like a toddler next to me and then one in the front and they were screaming and I actually wanted to take a voice memo so that I could send it to Tara in group class. It's just like, anyway, so yeah. Yeah, that was my year. No, usually I get lucky. I don't. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, and then I just I don't know, like I love Grimmett Table. I love playing Mandy. I got with the big thing. Oh look, yeah.
Well, she just does nothing with her voice.
The director had actually cast his wife. The creator had cast his wife. They didn't stay together for like much longer after that. And she wasn't, but the person who was voice directing said that, well, you can either have something you're going to show your grandkids or you can have a hit show, and you really need to recast the scene. They tried to record her like 3 times and it didn't work out. So I came in and Les Underman, she said, just do nothing, right? And I was like, okay, because I'm so bubbly. And she's like, Les, just do Les. And I was like, okay. And she's like, Les. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, perfect, that's it. So, and I got the pilot for Fairly Odd Parents, and that was I told us, I was like, every show that you have that I've been on has done something, so always cast me in everything that you ever do, ever. You tried it once without me, and it didn't go. So. But yeah, I was like, thank you for my life, department. Yeah, but I was sad because Mary Sue Berkman was a really good friend of mine. And people ask me about her a lot on the internet, and I don't know, it's weird for me to answer questions like in front of people like on Twitter, or which I'm kicked off of, by the way. I don't know if anybody's following me on Twitter. So I decided to be the nice person that follows people back, and I thought, how cool, like if I was a fan of somebody and then they followed me back, that would be really awesome. Then they would get kicked off of Twitter, apparently, because you can't follow back more than a certain amount of people in a small amount of time, and they thought I was spam. Because the second time they thought I was spam. They want me to do the auto, they want you to do the auto follow if you're going to follow people back, but I think that's so impersonal. Like, if I follow somebody who I knew automatically followed me back, then I wouldn't feel like that was cool. So I want to do it manually and write to people and stuff if I want to ask questions. And that way you can DM them, like if they ask me something personal about Mary Kay, I'm not like, Mary Kay, it can be just a personal thing. But so I'm trying to get back on there. If you guys can help in any way, please help Twitter. I'm sorry that I'm nice. Or I play mean person. But yeah, no, Mary Kay and I were very close. She was my first teacher, and she was just incredible. She could voice match anything, and she was just, and at one point I was a little bit discouraged, because I thought, gosh, I don't know if I should, I was working at this job that was saying, like, you're missing too much work because you're going on this audition, and it was just a waiting table job, but I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it, maybe I should go on with, like, a regular job, and she's like, are you crazy? Get rid of it, you gotta do it, and so she kind of kept me doing it, and she was such a positive, happy person. It was just so out of the blue that she I don't know if any of you guys know, but she took her own life, and yeah, she was Stephanie. She was the original Timmy, and she was a really beautiful person and an amazing actress. So, and she taught me everything I know, and then it was really hard. Her husband came to stay with me for a while afterwards. We left their house. I just like that. I'm just going to surprise everybody for a while. You're having a good time, and now you're not. Okay. I didn't want but that was when they immediately started casting, like, everything that week. Like, she passed away, and then they were like, we need Jessie because she was singing Jessie, and they're like, we need Daphne, we need Timmy, we need, and it was just, I remember thinking, like, she's gone. Everything's just going to keep going? Like, nothing? I mean, it was really hard for me to, and then I was thinking, I need to invest in my personal life and not, this isn't my whole world. I guess, because they don't, they're just going to go on and stuff, I need to invest in people that are my friends and family, and not make this like, because I kind of got into like, oh, what else is next? What am I going to get? So, But then Colette Sunderman, again, that woman who directs Scooby-Doo, she said, Grey, we really think that you'd be a great Daphne, you have the same sound as Mary Kay, you guys do a lot of similar things. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to audition for any. I couldn't imagine listening to her voice and trying to match her and trying to go in there and not break down crying. And her husband, who was dating me at the time, just said, Grey, you have to. She would have wanted you to do that. Of anybody, she would have wanted you to be the person. She trained you. You know, she taught you what she knows. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to go in, but I'm not going to listen to her. I can't listen to her voice and try to match her. I'm just going to go in and do my version of Daphne. And I did, and the engineer at the time said, goosebumps, because it was just like Mary Kay was in the room and you just were channeling her. She said, you just sounded just like her, and it was amazing. So I ended up doing that, because there's new Scooby-Doo all the time. And I just feel like it's like her gift to me. You know, we both loved dachshunds, and she bought me this little Christmas ornament. I have a little wire-haired dachshund, and that's my favorite dog ever. And she gave it to me like a week before she passed away. So I just felt it's special to me. Like whenever I see it on a tree, I just think, thank you, Mary Kay, for another year. You know, just being able to do what I love, and I just feel like she's kind of an angel. So anyway. Azula is my favorite character I've ever done. It's a violation. She's very the most beautiful character I've ever done. What? As you should. So I remember wanting to be involved with Avatar and auditioning. They were using some celebrities. They were really being careful about who they cast. It was like a long casting process, and I remember like they were auditioning just tons of people and not giving to me, because I had done a lot of Nickelodeon cartoons, and I think that they were like, oh, that's really awesome, man, you know. So, but I finally got an audition for it because they just couldn't find the person they wanted, and I did a lot of thinking about the part, and I was just thinking, she is so evil and so dark that because a lot of people were like yelling. They said, you know, they're kind of over the top and yelling and you know, really bossing people around and screaming, and so I just kind of went in with the mindset of Mandy, because I was saying, Mandy's so powerful, she doesn't need to yell. She's just you know, so bad and so powerful that she can just be Mandy. So I thought, let's channel that into this young princess. So she doesn't need to say anything to be very, very frightening, because you know that she will handle the business. She doesn't. So I did that, and so I had fun. So yeah, and it ended up being my favorite ever, and I just loved her. I loved her breakdown at the end. It was just delicious. I remember leaving that session just going, this is what I was meant to. This is I love it. So I love your kitty. I love the Charlie shows. They're so funny. And we're working with Jerry Trainer, and he's just so. It's just a fun job. They're nice people, and it's all the stuff that you got trouble from school that you send your checks for it. And it's amazing. You know, something like, I hope you don't ever want this money back. It's like a mistake. How does this happen? You know. But and then you feel like, I wanted her to be really positive. A lot of people read her like super goth and like really dark, and I just felt like she had such a light around her. I mean, even though she likes to wear black and, you know, she's into that kind of scene, you know, but she seemed like a really positive character. So I just wanted to make sure. And I also didn't want it to be too lovey-dovey to students. That's just gross. And you know, even though they were. But yeah. So I don't know. I mean.
We can do questions.
Sure.
I mean, I'm sure people here might want to talk to you.
Yes.
And everybody's wondering what that voice is.
Yeah.
It's just me in the back. Yes, you raise your very good, very good. You've been in therapy. How does it work? Don't touch my mic. That's better than that. Go ahead and touch it. It's all right. Yes, Mr. Hawkeye. Yeah. I took a shower. Now I'm a really good taking Chinese story.
Now, if I remember correctly, you said you used to do singing telegrams, right?
Yes.
Could we get singing in telegram as a voice of your choice?
Okay.
H-A-P-P-Y-B-I-R-C-H-C-A-Y. Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you, twerp!
Happy birthday for okay, but, Melissa Disney, I don't know if you know who Disney is, she was on AFO, we used to work for the same singing telegram company called Live Wires in San Diego. At the same time, she was like, hey, Grey, I'm going to use this one, I'm going to call Melissa for this, and I was using this Melissa person, but I'd never met her. And then we were working together, like, years later, and she's like, oh, I did singing telegrams, and where'd you do it? And I was like, San Diego. She's like, oh my god, it's Live Wires. And I was like, wait, I was like, Melissa? And she was like, oh my god. So, the worst ones were the sorry ones, because somebody was pissed. And then you had to sit in front of them, and they were not wanting to look at you, and all their coworkers were like, don't listen to him, girl. Don't listen to him. He cheated on you, and he's sending this chick over? No.
You had your hand up and I'm lazy, so let's do this.
Okay, I know you were in Hi-Hi Club BME. I want to know, what was it like talking in Japanese, and also did you get to meet Hi-Hi Club BME?
Okay, it was, I learned phonetically Japanese, which I had all these coaches there and everything. And there were two Keone Young is amazing, and he speaks a little Japanese. But Janice Kwai is Japanese, but she didn't speak, she had a little bit, but some of the words, she just, I don't like the only white chick up there, you know, like, I'm Mexican and white, and I was like, I love Japanese, this is awesome. I think it's because I'm a singer, so I can hear it, you know, and so, yeah, but it was awesome, and I didn't get to meet them, but they did invite us to their House of Blues show, and I was really wanting to meet them, but I was a musician and touring, and I was actually doing a show, it was crazy, y'all. Before I had a kid, I would, do cartoons all week, and Friday morning, I would fly out, do a gig that night, then I'd do another gig Saturday night, then I would fly home Sunday, then Monday morning, I would jump into cartoons. It was just crazy. And all the people that I was doing the music with were like, wait, what are you doing on Monday? And I'm like, I do cartoon voices, and then the cartoon people were like, wait, what are you doing on Friday? And I'm like, I play the auto harp rock band. So, double life.
Things you learn. 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday in Orlando. Coming all the way up to first.
So, obviously, the volleyball speech in Avatar, how much fun was that to literally do? It's like one of those crazy things ever.
I know. It really just took things so seriously. It was so hard for her to have any kind of fun or any lightness. Everything was just like life and death, and I will conquer you. And I loved the episode of the beach where she trying to flirt with that guy. It was like, all of my things are not working. I must dominate you, you will. It was so awkward and fun. I really loved that. It was one of my favorite episodes. Just seeing her in that light, like, oh my gosh, she has a crush on this guy, and he won't do what she says. Who hasn't been there?
Yes, you have. Yeah, I know. I'll lean off and give you the Spanish. Avengers 2.
Out of all the characters you did, which one related to you in personality and...
Frankie Boss. I want that part so badly, because I was like, this is me. I don't even have to do a voice to do this. This is like my character. I was raised by my grandmother in a kooky place, and we had all kinds of crazy friends, and it was a wild life, but it was fun. My grandma was a singer. She used to sing with Tito Puente, and she had all these crazy costumes, and this little Mexican lady, and she was just awesome, and and I had a lot of imaginary friends. I lived in an old people complex, so I didn't have a lot of kids to play with. But Lauren Bell, she said, I really want you to audition for this part, and I just want you to be you. Don't do anything with it, just be you. Okay. But and this is kind of funny because Tara and I were really good friends, and she knew how much I wanted that part. And I went on vacation, so I'm in Hawaii, on my first time in Hawaii, and I'm like so excited. And she called, and my agent told me, like, it's looking really good for Ramsey Foster. I think you might really get that thing. And then she's like, I really think you have it, you know. And I was like, oh my God, so I left for Hawaii happy. Then Tara called and leaves me a message going, Grey, I don't know if you heard, but they're actually having a celebrity round of auditions. So because she had gotten the part of the brother, and she was like, so we don't know if we have them, because they're actually going out to celebrities first. I was like, it ruined my day. It ruined my day. And I was like, and I couldn't get much service either. And I was like, I was tearing up, you know. And I called her, and I was like, oh yeah, I was just kidding, no. But I was elated to get that news. So I think it ended up being a nice thing she did for me. It made me happier than ever to know that she was full of it. But there's a lot of little jokes like that. Oh yeah.
You feel better? You're like, yes, Pinkie Pie. Oh, I'm sorry.
Of all the Foster's characters, which one is your absolute favorite? Like, of the friends?
Well, she wasn't the most popular here. Well, gosh, I don't know. I loved Barry because all of that, a little bit of that in there. And then just
Why do you can't get my name right? It's so weird. I am so obsessed with you, I thought.
but I love doing that. I just love to sound completely different than myself sometimes. She was just so despicable and just so gross. They said, hey, don't call her Versace. And I was like, got it. You know. I hope Donatella, I'm sorry if you're watching this video.
In the back right now.
Okay, now, I'm very important. Donatella Versace is watching this.
But yes, let's meet halfway. We'll meet at the Hawkeye. The fabulous bar downtown.
Do you know when she has a dating family coming up in Cambridge?
No, I'm not, you know what, it's weird because people really love Danny Phantom, you know? Thank you for my house. But I was telling, it was trending on Twitter the other night, Danny Phantom. It was like Thursday night, it was trending, and so I texted Butch and said, Danny Phantom's trending, they can't kill it, they're just not going to keep it down. Go and go! But I don't know, I mean, maybe if enough people, that's how, I think networks listen to you guys, you have a lot more power than you think. So, yeah, this is your mission. But yeah, we all love it, I don't know why it's Is there? I'm not on Facebook. That's why nobody knows who I am. I'm sitting next to Sarah and they're like, oh, you're that character and that character. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't do good self-promotion.
First Twitter and on Facebook? What happened if you kicked
I was
off?
only on Twitter for like a week before I got kicked off. So, and you can't get kicked off Facebook, so maybe I'll start a Facebook page. I'm just trying
Get on Friendster. I hear it's the next hot thing.
Exactly, yeah. Well, my Facebook page, actually. I don't even have Instagram or anything either. I don't have that. Really? Okay, you know what? I might have gotten kicked off Twitter for liking because I stopped following back. But I just feel, if I was like a fan of somebody and I wrote something to them and they just ignored me, which has happened to me on Twitter. Well, then I'm sure they have a lot of people but I'm like, oh, the funny thing you say. And then they just like, I think, delete. So I wanted to star everything that people say, because just to say, like, I saw it. That's like my way of, like, this guy's like, are you auto-starring, or is that really you? And I wrote, like, really, I'm starring you. I said, it's my way of just saying, I saw what you said, it's cool, I recognize you. And he was like, oh, okay, cool, but I think that's what you said the second time to star. Can you do that? I just want everybody to know that I love them. If I just star, it's just so much fun.
No further questions.
What was it like to voice Mandy, and how exactly did you prepare for that kind of role?
It was really difficult because I have like a really ugly personality normally, and it was just really hard to do hardly anything with my voice. It was just like I'm barely pushing air out through my throat. That's like pretty much all I'm doing. And so
That's hard, but I love working with Richard, and he made me want to be more hyper, because he's like, and I'm like, I want to be over there. So, yeah, but and everybody was great to work with, and And the Grim Reaper, that was such an ingenious choice for Grey Delisle to go Ross Bar. He was the only guy, everybody is it British, so you know. And he was the only guy who did the Ross Bar, and that was
Sure.
Oh, thank you! All fishes must open at any hours now.
I did follow you on Twitter, and you followed me back. I'm so surprised that you actually did.
That was an auto line.
A question I want to ask you is, if you could choose a voice that you wanted to that you can't naturally do, what would it be?
Well, I mean, I'm a jerk, but I feel like I'm pretty versatile. Like, I can do, like, you know, old, like, all the ages of women. Like, I can go to, like a really old lady like this, you know, my answering machine just says, you reached Grey Delisle's message machine. It's so funny because people leave me to review, and then I act like I'm talking to somebody else. Like, I go, hello, you reached Grey Delisle's machine. Please leave a message. Only if I did a Mexican accent, that would be, you know, it would be that. That's exactly how her, she was like, evita luz, I can do, like, all the range of the women. Boys, I think you kind of like until they're like, maybe like 14. And I wish I could do like man voice, because I just feel like I hate it when I'm usually the only girl, because they usually just kind of hire one woman per cast, because they can, you know, kind of cover all, whatever they need with the female role. Because female action figures don't sell as well, apparently. Anyway, I know, it's so annoying, I know. When I was with Marvel and all the Marvel things came out, and I was like, oh my god, I make like two, like one for me and one for but I really just need a man voice, because I work with Frank Welker all the time. When we do ADR, sometimes we switch. Like, it's our personal challenge. Like, if it's Walla, you know, he'll do the women screaming and running away, and I'll do the men screaming and running away. And we did it like 5 times in a row before the rest. Like, wait a minute, hold on a minute. Are you doing the men and he's doing the women? Never just a personal challenge to ourselves. But I kind of was like, yeah, all right, woo! So much lumberjack in the background. I think that's where she taught me. That's the bad lumberjack. And he was like, woo, woo! You know?
Wow, my job is to either drop or Frank Welker.
Oh my
Megatron.
God. And I know he's so sweet, but he's so shy. He'll probably never do one of these. And I'm like, Frank is so many people would just love to see you, or he's just like, this is just like definitely his job, and I know he loves it, he's good at it, but he flies planes, and he travels, and he's just like, it's just like a small part of his life, and he's shy, and he just, I was like, would you ever, he's like, he wouldn't even do Comic-Con, even they, you know, we kind of have to do Comic-Con, even though I love it, but.
They make you.
Well, they kind of do, because it's like, you're not going to do Comic-Con, we're not going to cast you anymore, because we let you promote our stuff. But, I did invite him to Children's Hospital once, which was hilarious, because I didn't know he would come, but then he showed up, and I was like, oh, he showed up with the kids, it was awesome. And the kids could give a I mean, they're just like, they're really little, you know, and they're not feeling very well, and they don't really, you know, he's just like doing it, he's like, and then I was like, dude, you guys, this is great, like big hair, you know, but I mean, he finally got him with Curious George. He started doing the monkey, and then they were like, okay, this guy, he was trying to do Megatron and all that, and they were just like, and they're like,
the kids love Megatron. It makes them look great. I'll show you the Star Screen.
Sorry, like your day was Starscream, yeah, but I was like so impressed that he came down. It was great.
That was my question, thank you. Okay, that's you, ma'am.
First, I have to say that you're so much fun, and you're so bubbly and happy, so I'm really enjoying this. I don't know, I read somewhere, I don't know if it's true, you could just maybe
different, and it's the spirit role, so, and it's a very different character than so, anyway.
Hello. I wanted to ask you from the point of view of direction, what is the best and worst things that a director will tell you to do? I guess
Gave him? I got mad. Bad. Well, I once did a direct-to-home video Christmas special where the director wanted to be in the booth with me, like this far away from me, and I think he was an on-camera director because he kept going, okay, now, so, and your part, and then, like, right in my face, and, like, and he was just standing right there. It was very uncomfortable. Also, some people get really mad when they have to have a line reading, the person's like telling them how to do it. I don't do that at all. I mean, but I do like the first chance to do it, the way that I hear it. And if I'm not getting what they want, it's not mine at all. Somebody, you know, what do it, how they want it. But yeah, I do want to
You want to do that now?
But no, but some people just get moved on.
What happened?
One of them like, hey, you know what's really, why don't you just do it, because I'll do what you do. Or sometimes they don't have a good ear and they tell you to do it, and you do it just like what they did, and then they're like, you know, come over here, you guys, and then you're like, come over here, you guys, and you're like, no, I want it like, come over here, you guys, and you're like, come over here, you guys, and you're like, no, like, come over here, you guys, and they're like, come over, they don't know what they're saying, they cannot hear it at all, so, then they're just completely different, like, yeah, that's what I was saying to do. Those people don't work very often.
When voicing multiple characters, do you do it separately or like in the same session?
I act this thing where it's the Grey Delisle challenge, where we kind of give each other a look. If you ask to do it separately, because we're like, but it's a lot easier to separate it. But if you want to have a lot of fun and challenge yourself, then do a run. He actually does a dog and cat fighting, and it's so good and so separated that you almost feel like there's overlap. You're like, hey, no, you overlapped yourself, but no, you couldn't because you're you. It's mind-blowing. So, no, I'd like to do a run just to see if I can do it. And then sometimes they're like, nope, great, you did a good job. We're going to separate it. Okay. Try it.
Get you back on Twitter so we can hashtag.
Wow. Yes, sir.
But you might be
I want to be like, talk to her.
All right. So when you first did Read for Azua, you looked at your script and your history doing a lot of kid shows. Avatar's noticeably darker kid shows. Did that surprise you? Like your first one is this great speech about how the Tides are going to kill the soldier. It doesn't overship it. Like, how did you feel about like it being so dark and lighter shows?
Well, I definitely, it was its own world. But first of all, I read it with a bit of an Asian dialect in the beginning because it just has that flavor to it. And so my brain just initially went there and they're like, no, we don't want that. It's its own thing. I was like, okay, I'm racist. I'm sorry. And it just seems like, you know, I don't know. I was like, oh, you want to do that. Just the sibling thing too. It's just your brother and you're just horrible. I know, yeah, she does have her sweet little cat name. Oh, I'm going to send you home.
Forget Boogie, let's do hashtag Grey Delisle. I'm just talking shit.
Oh, yeah, but damn it.
She becomes Batman when she doesn't get a question.
Give me a question.
Yes, you bet. Let's meet the Hawkeye.
Hello, sir.
What's one of the funnest behind-the-scenes things that you've had with another coworker, like your face-off with Goldie?
Oh, gosh. The Tough Puppy sessions, I have never had more fun. I thought that the Fairly Odd Parents sessions were the most fun ever, because the writers are so hilarious. And we're all kind of like throwing out ideas like what's, funny, and the others incorporate everyone's ideas if they're good enough, and it's just so collaborative, and, but Jerry Trainer and I have a good, like, you know, just like he, I have a tendency to just like, I get so into the story that my part comes in and he's like, oh, that's me, I'm the next one. And he's always like, right, okay, you know, so it's irritable. But, yeah, we all have, and Harry bless everybody's chops in there too, it's like, the guy that plays the dog in the new Grey Delisle stuff, he's adorable, and he's mad, and he's also on the Puppy, he plays Snapchat on Puppy. But, he was like, well, I don't know, I was just wondering how, and Harry goes, act it. Like, so now, whenever anybody's struggling, it's like, act it. Bill and Tara, both. In and up, in and up.
She killed 3 bronies in the panic. Crazy.
I have to say, brownies are so cool. Like, I didn't even know anything about it, really. I was like, what is a brownie? I just started, like, 4 months ago, whatever. Like, no, they're brownies. And I was like, oh, cool. And then when I got on Twitter, you know, some started following me, and then I started talking to them, and I was like, are these the nicest people ever? And then the Howard Stern thing happened, and I was like, oh, jerk. And I'm like, no. And then my husband were like, why do you hate Howard Stern? And I'm like, God, I get embroiled with things. Yeah, anyway, but I think the brownies are nice.
All right, we're doing our 10-minute warning. Go ahead, you can rest your hands too, because I'm cheating. Really, if I don't pick you at the end of it all, it's not her fault. It's mine. Just blame it on say like, Tony Stark didn't pick me. But we'll try to get it to as easy as possible. Keep it short and sweet. Soft boss, you're next. Yes. Soft boss. It's a good thing. It's a racial slur. All those barbecue using barbecue people.
I just wanted to thank you first, because I think that you're an inspiration as far as the work that community. My question is, during your career, have you ever auditioned for a part that you didn't get your real mind?
Oh my God. But Melissa and I, both Disney and I, were really good friends, and she just really wanted to have, she's like, I just want like a series where you have like a regular, you know, paycheck, because she was doing kind of like here and there stuff, and she worked so hard, and we've known each other for so long, and she was like, you're gonna get it, you'll get something, I know you will. We're having lunch, and I was like, really, you know, giving her a pep talk, and she's like, yeah, you're right, I'm really gonna think positive, and I was like, prayer, and just like put it out there, that that's what you want, so you're gonna do that. Okay, this is the AFO, the Ginger, audition came up, and oh my God, I love that show. I love the Ginger part. Oh my God, I love that part, and I really, really wanted that part. And then we went to lunch like a few weeks later, and she's like, I have great news. And I was like, what? Oh, I actually had called my agent a few times too, which I never do. Just like going, oh, anybody, they didn't say anything about, anybody heard anything? She's like, no, they haven't heard. So anyway, Melissa and I are sitting, and she's like, I got a part. And I'm like, you did? Awesome, what did you get? And she was like, Ginger. And I'm so Ginger. And I was like, I swear I said, and I was like, in my register that it was like whispering. Like I said Grace like 10 times, but mine was like, are you gonna be alright? So, oh my God, but I'm like, no. I was like in the car going, she needs something, you're helping, give it to her. Anyway, I ended up getting to play Brandon Hixby though on that show, and he was really cool, he had a little monkey, and he was really, really cool, I love that guy. So I ended up doing that anyway, so, but I, for a while, I was like, you're a stingy jerk. And anyway, so, no. Also, when I didn't get, on Spider-Man, on the Adventures of Spider-Man, I can't remember what it's called. The Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah. Okay, so I auditioned to play, yes. No, the redhead, the pretty redhead, not, Grey Delisle. No, Kara didn't get it, Vanessa Marshall got it. Yeah, and I was like, oh, but the funny thing was, I played this one jerky girl, like, she was just like one line.
But I kind of played it like this, and she was like this teenager who was like Willie Means, Spider-Man, Sally Averill.
And she was like in every episode, and Mary Jane only showed up like twice in the whole series, so, and then I felt so bad for Vanessa because I loved it. She was my little love interest on Grand Evil, you know, like little black people with glasses. Anyway. I'm sorry. I forget you guys are more. Anyway, sorry.
Get down to it. Under
Spectacular, not
5 minutes, 5 minutes,
spectacular.
everybody. Here we go.
Hi, I love you.
Thank you very much. I'm so kidding.
But, I love doing voices too, and, my mom likes them, I think. But,
I think the first fan. I just was talking to mine.
she has me read posts out loud to her, and I like to read posts to the characters. And, I do guide voices a lot, and then my voice starts turning after that, and it's just like, it's so, but it's just, I have voices. So, I want to ask you if you ever do stuff where you're like, you're stitches afterwards, and then you're like, I have a voice.
I was a singer for so long, so I really make sure breathing through your diaphragm and not, I can, like, you know, I do video games a lot and screaming and all that stuff, and a lot of actors are like, I am playing voices, I don't want to do any screaming in this video game, and I just feel like, then get a different job, because, I mean, it's like, this is your job, to scream, that's why they're giving you money. So if you can't scream, then, you know, like, what, anyway, but just, like, make sure you're breathing right through your diaphragm and, like, lay on your back and, like, practice, like, you know, just, like, you know, breathe in through your diaphragm and, like, make sure you feel like your bottom of your tummy kind of, like, getting bigger, and then you can breathe out. I mean, I don't know, I can do it when I'm singing, this is from theater training and singing, but, I used to read to the blind at the Braille Institute, which is great, so that way you're not just, like, reading into nothing, like, they really appreciate that, and you can practice all kinds of stuff, and they're not complaining, and so, yeah, that's a great thing to do, you know, it's good reasons, yeah, but there have been voices that I've auditioned, and it was so painful that I was just like, I just auditioned for Snapchat's mother on Tough Puppy, I don't know, and I kind of went like, Snapchat! Snapchat! She's got a little bit of like that robot from the train kind of thing, and I was just thinking like, if this has a lot of lungs in it, I don't know, as soon as you want to tell, if it's just a guest star, I'll still do it, but if I'm like hurting at the audition, I'm like, I love you guys, and I really want to do this part, and I really want to pay my mortgage, but I don't think I'm going to do this part, and I'm really sorry. And I've told them at the auditions, and they really appreciate that, because it's better than some people just like take it, and then they get hired, and then they start complaining, and well, great, now we've got Samantha that's doing the voice, and I can't do that, so that was a long answer, but.
How dare you answer questions in your
I
Q&A?
ran over.
Sorry, you Greg.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you have done a lot of voices in the past couple of years. Would you say
Thanks for working on that.
I'm old. I've been doing this since 2010.
72 years, Grey Delisle is
would you say that really children's television or video games?
I'm a bubbly person, but I have a dark side, and I like the emotional life of the characters and like really delving in deep, and I feel like video games provide that.
But you do wow wow lovely too long, all day long, and then you just run it.
You know, I mean, sometimes when Tara and I were playing What Was the End Daisy, like on the break, we were like, you know, it was all. Just for the break, you put the kids out of your system, and then you're like,
Okay, I'm ready to be happy all the time again now.
you know, just, yeah. But I like video games a lot, and also the fan base, video games are just, it means a lot to them, and you know, and kids it does too. I mean, like little babies, oh, what's sweeter? I mean, they just, you know, you do Love's or you do Emily Elizabeth for them, and they're just like, they can't, you know, can't believe it, and it's really sweet. But you know, people go to their crappy job all day, and they just want to like let loose when they get home, and if we can help them like support for a few hours, it means a lot to them, and I think a lot to me to be able to do that for somebody. So I think when I'm doing characters for video games, I put a lot of extra effort into trying to make them as dimensional as I can, make that world as realistic as possible.
All right, so we've reached that point tonight where we've got to the last question. I see a lot of hands, a lot of desperate, mainly masculine eyes looking at me, but sorry boys, you're going to lose out to the high heel riding drop that's sitting right next to you. Unless it's you, be a chick. Sorry. Yeah, so you won the last question tonight. Yeah, it better be good. Okay, if not, I'm like...